Hi ho, Matthew's back.
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
I need work.
Good night, folks.
You are listening to your favorite podcast, Shoutouts Uncut, with your host, Bobby Skullface.
That's a solid unit, Mac.
Oscar and J. I call it Rock Fred. Robert D.
So happy to be here.
The engineer, T2RX6.
The fit finish.
Math Deluxe Box.
Hell Hasbro.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, feel free to turn it off now. And
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shadowcast Uncut, episode 65. As you can tell, you are hearing my voice and not Oscar's because he had family come in from out of town unexpectedly and had to go rush off to see them. Don't believe the rumor that he's been spreading that it was for a penis reduction that he's been trying to get to, couldn't commit for years. That's not the case. He had family to come in.
And when we say family, we mean justice, you know.
Justice.
Or penis reduction.
Or penis reduction. I'm actually thinking about going through with it this year. I've been putting it off. But anyway, starting from my left to right, we have...
He calls it the hexatron.
No, it's not a hexatron. Maybe if I had foreskin, it'd be a hexatron. But starting on my left, we have T2RX6.
What is going on?
And our newest member to the show, Robert D.
Hey, everybody.
And back, like he left something, Matthew Deluxe.
What's touched my penis?
Hey, all do, Matt.
Just real quick, this is going to be a brief show. Well, maybe we'll see how the discussion goes, but it's a really light news week. It's a really light news week. So I will use this opportunity to tell you that we can offer you T-shirts, hoodies, and bumper stickers for $25, $50, and $10 shipped. We are running out of bumper stickers, so if you wanted to get in on that, now's the time. And we have shirts and hoodies in various sizes available. They are nice quality. They are awesome. And they can be yours for the low cost of $25 shipped. Or the hoodie for $50.
If you take a bumper sticker, you slap it on your girlfriend's butt, poke a hole in it, it's a humper sticker.
So
and this is why we brought him to the show.
Humper.
So in terms of anybody getting anything, Deluxe we're saving for last. But guess what I got in the mail this week?
Disappointing.
Oh, damn! What would you get?
Golden dildo?
Come on, Matt, guess.
Oh, what did you get? Oh, you're supposed to get something.
Wait.
I can't hear that. It's loud. What the fuck
Dude,
was
it's
that?
like my new favorite thing, man. It's like this guy. He's got like this mouth that's all beat up, and he like he calls like some friend of his, and he's like, "Guess what came in the mail today?" And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "These nuts." Got him.
The disappointment was right then.
Yes, these nuts is actually what I got this week. I got nothing. I think I literally got nothing.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Which is pretty sad and depressing. Got shit shipped, but nothing in hand. So, T2RX6, what did you get?
What did I get? I got the RID, a Rock of 5. You know, so he's now in my house.
Nice.
So yeah,
you got the Rock of 5 in your
Rock
house.
of 5.
Remember that shit, and you said it in your house.
Yeah.
God.
What else did I get? And for all that are wondering, that's Drift, not little actual Mach 5.
People talking.
Something else. What did I get? Oh yeah. I remember. I got the most epic packaging I've ever seen on a toy in my life.
Oh yeah.
Warbitron's turbo ejaculator.
Yep.
So yeah, I understand the hype now on the packaging. I've yet to actually look at the toy. So
Just amazed by the package. Like, God, there's got to be some Jordans in there. It's got to be.
Yeah.
What about you, Robert?
I got Utopia.
No shit.
Damn, money bags. Fuck me.
I'm lying. I didn't get shit.
Damn.
You should have kept it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Utopia. I caught up on my TFC combiners. I owned none of them.
I got Feral Rex again. He's so good. I have to get 2.
He is.
Yeah. And Matthew, go ahead. Go into the kill. Like
I got a thesis.
Let's hear about the Baldwin drop.
This has been happening. I've had this since I think December or something like that.
Before he says it, I want to preface this with every time any of us get anything, whether it's a Legends class figure,
I picked up a GI Joe that was on clearance for $3. Money bags.
Utopia, Matt calls us money bags.
Yeah.
So let's listen to what Matt got this week.
And also before we go on, Robert, since you've coined the Baldwin drop, if he only gets one and it's a Hasbro toy, is it the Baldwin plop or what is that? Like, what do we go with that one?
Oh, don't say that.
The Hasbro toy.
Don't say that. The fucking the internet defenders will rally.
Yeah, you hear that tapping on the fucking keyboards.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
soldiers
about that too. We got time for some multiple discussions. We'll bring that up tonight too.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on, Matt, with your you all own this even though you don't collect this. Please go.
That's true. And I don't got very much Hasbro stuff on here. Y'all be surprised. I got 2 of the Avengers wave. I'll start with the Avengers stuff. I got Hulk and Iron Man from the Thanos wave, and I got Marvel Select Venom. And then Transformers wise, I got the Masterpiece Silver Streak, the MP18S. I like it. It's really nice. Got a bunch of stickers for some stuff. I got Mad Law. I got Star Saber. I got Ultra Magnus. I got Warbertron Whirlwind. I got the little Blaster and Sonic Tech, whatever. I'd love those little fellas. Let's see. I got Starscream Follow Cybertron, the Japanese one, because I love Starscream. Yeah.
Matt, slow down.
Yeah,
ease it in, man. It's too much at once, man.
Let us soak in your bags of money.
Okay, Starscream Follow Cybertron, the Japanese one version, because I love Starscream.
Poor Lisa.
Yeah. And I got the animated Japanese Transformer of Starscream also, because why not? I got the 2 things for I got Orden and what's the other one? The Cheese Whiz one. Got Albrecht. I'm sorry, I got Albrecht and Ferrer. The 2 for
Fenrir.
Yeah. I got the DX9 armor set for Optimus Prime, and it made him 10 times better. I got Soar from Fans Toys. Probably one of my favorite things to get. That was him.
You got the toy version.
Yeah, I got the red version. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got the red version. Yeah, the toy version. Everybody else got the blue, I think.
Yeah.
I got the Warden add-on set. I got Turbo Ejaculator also. And today I got in from good old buddy Greg for Mercy. I got Exhaust. One of my last things to get in this little haul. So yeah.
Now you're a big Starscream guy.
Yes.
Did you get that one exclusive?
Oh yeah, I ordered that. I won that on eBay. It was the first movie. It was like a
no, not that one.
Oh, sorry.
That other exclusive.
Wait, you got that ridiculous knockoff looking thing?
It's not a knockoff looking thing, man.
Oh my God, Dollar Tree Starscream. Oh Jesus Christ.
It does kind of KO. I had to ask you, like, is that?
No, it's not. It was basically what it was. It was a promotion. You remember when HD and Blu-ray were having a little, war. Who was going to win the movies and everything.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has the HD movie with it. It was like exclusive over in Japan when the first movie came out. So I'll get this movie that I can't play or anything. But it came with like a reddish. It was like a Pepto-Bismol kind of Starscream.
You know the type of things that Dollar Tree gets, the things that fail in the stores, kind of like an HD DVD. And
this was one of my girls. I've been looking for that. He was going for like $300 at one point and everything, so I got him for $150. So I was happy about that.
I am very happy for you, but I don't understand. But I'm happy for you.
But what Starscream are you talking about, Bob?
These nuts.
Got him. Good night, folks. I'm out. I'll eat my Nutty Buddy and leave me alone.
Dude, I love Nutty Buddies. I fucking like the Little Debbie.
I know.
Oh God!
I also do. I take them apart and just, oh man.
You take them apart. See, I used to do that. But I've since grown to appreciate the full flavor of the.
No, that's taking the full flavor. When you take them apart, you got 4 layers. You
I
lick the peanut butter. Come on.
I feel like editing the shit out of this part. Using, like Bobby, he likes the full flavor of the nut.
Of these nuts. Got him.
I didn't know you loved Nutty Buddies, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, I love them. I have very little willpower actually when it comes to nutty bars. I had to kind of stay away from them.
Matt likes to lick the peanuts.
He wanted to say penis right there. He wanted to.
No, I'm just saying in the way that he said it and he got cut off, it totally worked. So some creative editing and peanuts. It's not going to be the same word.
Peanuts out of the poop. I like the peanuts out of the poop.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that was my list.
So that red Starscream though, is he red for any reason? Was there like a menstruation Starscream at some point?
No, he was just a different color. That's Japanese. Japan.
Because Japan.
Yeah, just because Japan. I mean, it was limited. It was a limited release. I think only like a couple thousand were made. It's just for that for the HD movie thing. It was just one of those limited release things, and I saw him at BotCon a couple years ago. Like I said, he was going for like $350. I was like, I just didn't have the money at that time, so waited around and got a good deal on him. So that's the only reason why I'm a big Starscream fan. So.
Okay, you're a big Starscream fan, right? I always had this question, especially with people who collect the Michael Bay movie figures, right? Mm-hmm. If Michael Bay tells you that this is a character, but up until that point, your association was different with that character. Do you now like, okay, that Starscream, I need that Starscream in every repaint of that Starscream, even though it's like a Dorito chip?
Yeah, it does look like a Dorito chip. No, I mean, I'm always a G1 Starscream fan, but I get everything the Starscream. I mean, if I had to choose between the movie verse and G1 verse, and hands down, it's always going to be G1.
If you had to choose between paying your mortgage and Dollar Tree Starscream, which one do you pick?
I am paying my
mortgage.
mortgage.
Well, he did pay.
Dollar Tree Starscream. I get it.
Hey, do you know why? Well, this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but why fucking Blu-ray beat out HD?
I'm afraid.
I have no idea. I mean, no.
Because the porn industry used Blu-ray. And,
yes, I would believe that.
And HD wouldn't allow it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I would believe that to be a true statement, but I also there's a lot going in Blu-ray's favor over that. But whatever.
I think Blu-ray had a lot more. When they first come out, they had a lot more movies than what HD. I think HD was kind of hard to find at one point or something.
It was pretty difficult to buy for.
But I remember that whole.
Yeah, that was what mid 2000, 2006.
I think that it's a matter of time before the idea of buying hard copy movies and music is a thing of the past.
I think it's already. I think it's on us, but the problem is that I don't know. I live in this constant state of fear with that type of thing, where I'm like, I'm
not saying I like it.
My digital copy, that like take like a game. Like I play a ton of games. Like if I downloaded a game for whatever, and then like PlayStation 5 comes out, and they're like, all right, no more access to PlayStation 4. I'm like, you just stole all my money. Like I can't go back to that.
I'm not saying I like it. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the writing's on the wall, but I think that you'll until then.
Much like action figures, I think that you'll see it become like a very novelty thing. Like you got to go like oh man, let's drive down to such and such town and go visit the DVD store.
Yeah, well they're making it where you don't have to leave the house at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have your groceries delivered to you,
and then motherfuckers keep getting fatter.
Yeah, well I'm fat and I like it. No, really, I hate myself. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's sad. I mean, I buy a lot of movies, and I have movies. Lisa bitches me all the time. I got movies I haven't even opened up, even watch. I just get them because, later on, I want my kids to, appreciate what was good back then.
And not only
So
that,
I buy a lot of stuff. But.
Working at like a an entertainment place that has those sorts of things sitting around, like you catch like a good deal, it doesn't seem as
Oh
bad.
fuck yeah! I got Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Blu-ray with a 4K for $10. $10.
Got him.
Ghostbusters 1
They got
and 2.
him.
I got Ghostbusters 1 and 2 for $10.
Nice.
All right. Whatever.
My kid.
Robert, come over and watch it with me. Y'all can't.
Dude, I love this song in Ghostbusters.
What about me? What the hell?
Oh, I meant Justin.
Fuck you. He's done.
All right, is that your favorite song?
You know what I'm
Statue of
talking
Liberty song?
These nuts?
No. Got him. It was the one where all the ghosts get let out of that machine.
Oh yeah.
You mean the containment unit? That machine. God damn.
Like your Ghostbusters? What? Star Wars nerd.
You mean the containment unit?
Justin just went full on nerd right there.
I know, full on nerd.
Hey, you know what? I think I actually like Ghostbusters better than Transformers. Shh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's blasphemy right there.
Well, you know what?
Well, hey, you know what, Justin?
Ghostbusters cast.
Hey, enjoy it while it's pure.
Yep. Exactly.
Your day is coming.
I know.
Michael Bay's gonna get it. Don't worry, he'll get it. Michael Bay's getting everything, I think.
All right, let's get into some news. First up, this is kind of interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So Joe Con
decided not to suck,
and also decided that
they still
may not be as dead as we thought. Because they debuted a bunch of new Joes, didn't they? At Joe Con?
Yeah, they did. They did a whole lot.
What the fuck is going on with the G.I. Joe line? I think.
I was going to ask you. I thought they were done. Like they were done, but then I hear they're coming back. Like they're not done now. They're actually putting more stuff out until like next year.
I have heard that they're going to give it one more try with the
Is that what they're doing?
With the third movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And for JoeCon, my understanding was that was going to still stick around and you'd still get like exclusives for that way because the people there, were like those type of people would buy anything anyway. So I feel like that's how G.I. Joe is going to keep continuing until someone could like remarket it somehow.
If anybody don't know, JoeCon's run by, Fun Pub, just like, BotCon and everything. So
yeah, except that I think it's the same people who run it, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's same
exactly
people.
the same people and everything.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty
Savage,
sure
right? That's his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's more passionate about G.I. Joe's than he is.
Yeah, he can give two shits about fucking Transformers. You can, everybody knows that. You can do it. But
why?
Yeah, which really sucks. Ugh.
Why is what does a pirate holding a gun standing next to a Nutter Butter Soundwave have anything to do with G.I. Joe?
God, I love Nutter Butters.
Well, okay, so
it looks nice.
I think this looks good too. I would never buy this because I just like it's just not for me. But I get this. It's not like a lot of these like TFCC exclusives that like I would never buy and I don't get. I get this. I get the allure of this, but I
actually would really like this set, if nothing more than for quote unquote pirate fucking horrible Transformers fan Robert.
Yeah, that is an allure for me as well.
Yeah. That's Old Snake, man, from one of the Transformers
from
episodes. It's when Cobra Commander crossed over with G1 Transformers.
When they turned human.
For that.
So if you, like you said, Bob, you would not buy this. Would you buy a crossover figure? Let's say Mask.
It
did something
kind of
with
depends on how it's
Transformers.
done. Like okay, so let's say that all right, so Hasbro owns the molds to all of the Marvel Legends figures. Hasbro owns molds to all of the Star Wars Black Series figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they did like an exclusive for one of these cons that was, say, Snake Eyes in that 6-inch scale that, utilized molds from the Black Series, utilized molds from Marvel Legends, and that shit looked fucking, on the money, I'd be all over it.
Maybe plausible.
I am actually kind of surprised that the route that they, with like G.I. Joe, hasn't been to try to do a 6-inch
I'm telling
type
you,
black
it's coming.
line. You know,
It's coming.
yeah, I feel
It's
like it
coming.
has to be too.
Yeah.
But the other problem is I think G.I. Joes are so synonymous with the vehicle aspect of it too that maybe that's
Maybe.
kind of what's held it up at least thus far, and maybe like now that they kind of feel like this is the last chance we have, maybe that'll be what kind of takes the vehicle out of the equation. But yeah.
I mean, there's been, rumors, I know there's a lot of rumors there all the time and everything, but there's been rumors that they may actually make a movie of G.I. Joe and Transformers.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that past them, especially with them talking about expanding the cinematic universe and all that bullshit. I wouldn't put that past them.
I wouldn't mind them, maybe not as far as put out in the theaters, maybe just like, straight to DVD. That would be pretty cool, I think.
Straight to DVD live action movie?
Well, no, I mean like a cartoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
something
I'd
like
be
that.
okay with that.
Live action movie? No, I wouldn't want to see that in the theaters probably. But I'm just like, do what Marvel's doing. Transformers is trying to expand. Do these, straight to DVD or straight to Blu-ray movies, like Marvel does and DC does that are really awesome.
Yeah,
and I think that would put that would help a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. We talk about this all the time. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. But whatever it is, either they're not thinking about it or they have a good ass reason why they're not doing it.
Yeah,
it's got to, because I mean, I'm not the dumbest motherfucker in the room, but I have to guess that I can't be the first one that thought of this shit. You know what I mean?
Oh right, yeah. No.
Netflix does it all the time. I mean, it would be awesome.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd help with as far as explaining, characters, main characters like Optimus Prime or Bumblebee, but you take characters that nobody really knows and give them a background, and when people do see him, they're like, oh, I remember that.
Well, the nice thing is just like Marvel and DC. I mean, they're in a fortunate spot where the fucking foundation is built. That's my thing. Like, the foundation is there. All they have to do is adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not doing it. I think, and I have nothing to base this on, but I think that Hasbro really sees Transformers as children's entertainment. Even though the sales probably don't reflect that. You know what I mean? I would be willing to bet that the majority of sales of Transformer products, figures, are not from children.
Well, it wouldn't strike me that that's a wrong thought either. Just because, like, if you think back to like when Transformers and stuff was conceived, like 30 years ago, right?
Right.
So let's say, that guy who kind of, was starting out with the company or whatever in some kind of position, maybe like late 20s, early 30s, when this was conceived, and then like 30 years from now, those same people may still be working in a higher position where it is just kids' toys, and they're not seeing, even though they're like, oh, the Combiner Wars are things that are inspired by G1 seem to sell better, but there's not that rationale of it's because there's an adult collector group out there, I mean, that's possible.
It's
Hasbro need to get their heads out of their asses. What they need. It's
possible, but you would think, and that's maybe the key word that we shouldn't speak, but you would think that they'd be like, okay, look, this property has a relevant cartoon right now at 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever the fuck it is, some early ass hour that I can tell you as a parent only children are awake at.
Right. Or stoners.
So they have this cartoon on at this hour, and they can't move that product like they're moving Combiner Wars.
Well, remember,
that's got to tell them that even though they don't have a relevant cartoon for this other line, but it's outperforming, both critically and fucking sales wise. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you would think so, but I mean, at
take
the same
Transformers
time,
Prime. I mean, Prime was on at 7 o'clock at night and everything. But that was and I think that was more of an adult themed cartoon was Prime was everything. And the toys I think did pretty decent. I think they sold pretty well. I don't think you really saw. I mean, some of the first wave, you saw and everything. But I mean, I think that they sold pretty well.
Well, I was just looking at. We're getting way off topic, but fuck it, right? I was just looking at the Wheeljack mold from Prime this week. I was looking at it from Takara's Wild Rider, but I was looking at that mold.
Right. Yeah.
And it was amazing to me, like just how more intricate, how many more moving pieces, how many more design cues, more engineering went into that figure than it is going into this Combiner Wars business.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Are they dumbing it down for us?
Well, I think I think dumbing it down might be too nice. It's like they took the whole it's like they
Objection.
Sustained.
Go ahead.
I have an
you see where they're
objection.
charging $20
Go
for
ahead.
things?
Okay, I want to make a point. I think this is about profit. It's a corporation, and corporations always look to the bottom line. They're always looking to increase profit and lower cost. So they know, I'm sure they know, that there are people out there, a lot of people out there will purchase their products. And corporations will always try to take a little bit more, take a little bit more, take a little bit more to increase their profit. So that's what we're seeing. Because why the fuck should they put out something that's going to take a whole lot of money and effort when they could still have tremendous profit margins? People are still going to buy the stuff. That's it. That's my point. Can I have a ruling?
No. No, but I agree with you. I think that largely a lot of the decisions that are made are profit.
Why spend, say, $10 to make a figure if you can spend $7 and you just cut corners and people are still buying it at an increased price point?
Yeah, they're $20 at fucking Toys R Us now. The deluxe.
$20.
They're a Voyager. That's how much a Voyager used to be.
But here's the deal: you can pump out shit. Okay, you can really just throw a billion things out there and not even lose that much money if maybe half the line doesn't sell because it didn't cost you much. All you need is for people to bite on some of it, and your profits are through the roof.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the driving force anymore is I say it is profit driven, but the other thing is then why don't you focus on ways to make yourself a profit? Like we were just saying, there's a lot of you have no relevant cartoon or anything to Combiner Wars, yet that is probably a profit driver. Like why not really nail that down? I mean, at this point, would anybody actually complain if they had almost a reimagined G1? Would anybody be upset about that?
No.
Why do they need to? The point is
they've talked about it before. That's been something that they've kind of played with.
Yeah, capitalism, money talks, and if people are still going to spend the money on increase, and it's increasing profits because they're producing something that, I mean, I'm no expert, but it looks to me to be a more inexpensive product.
He got disconnected. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was I the only one that got kicked off?
Yes.
I was wondering why you wouldn't say anything. I was like,
Yeah.
I know Bobby would.
So,
Why? Sorry.
Anyway, Robert was making a point. Go on, Robert.
Yeah.
Why make that effort? Why is it even necessary if the profits are going to be high anyway?
Well,
in a capitalist society, your dollar talks. So
I
if the
agree.
collectors,
and I'm all about that. But what I'm saying is, if even if Combiner Wars is dumbed down in comparison to Prime, just engineering wise. If it's still performing like a motherfucker and fucking RID is not, why even invest the money into RID? Why not just say, hey, fuck it. This is what's selling. This is what's moving units. This is where our capital lies. Instead of throwing money to a children's program that doesn't seem to be performing well, let's throw money at this.
Because the money's already been spent.
But I'm saying for the future, they're gonna. This is the same thing they keep doing. You know what I mean? Like, we just got rid of. Sorry, Vape Life. We just got rid of seeing fucking AOE in shell forming. And now it's gonna be RID shell forming. And then it's gonna be the next thing that's not G1 or Beast Wars shell forming. I hate that's just the way it goes. It seems.
Like I said, Hasbro needs to get their head out of their asses.
They don't have their head in their ass.
Yeah, they do.
They're very smart in what they're doing because.
Well, they may be smart, but they still got their head in their asses. Fuck them.
They're making a lot of money doing what they're doing. The people with their heads in their asses.
Well, they've made money all these years. I mean, Transformers, like I said, it's been around 30 years. It's a very profitable, franchise. And I hate to say it, but the movies, helped them a lot.
Absolutely.
And everything. But, it's just eventually it's just going to get so dumbed down that even the adult collector is going to be like, fuck, I don't want this shit. I'm not going to buy anymore. And that just sucks because I don't want Transformers to go away.
No. See, the thing is, it won't go away. It's the Hasbro, a corporation, is testing you as a consumer. And as long as you're willing to lay out the money, they will keep trying to take and take and take from you.
Well, then we'll have to quit buying the shit then, and they'll have to think about it.
Here, no offense to anyone out there, it's just who has their heads up their butts? Is it Hasbro or is it us?
Okay, I mean, and that's a fair question, but what I'm saying is, I'm okay with Combiner Wars. It's not what I want, but I'm okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not okay with RID. I just absolute zero interest. I'd rather buy a G1 GoBot. No offense to Justin. So when I walk into a Toys R Us, I see Wind Charger all over the place, and I see RID, and I see AOE, and Justin sees Huffer. But if they're testing their markets, why are they not reading that result that their G1 shit or their IDW, which is basically a G1 reboot, is moving units and this other shit is not? And why don't they just say fuck it if it ain't broke and just go with it?
Good question.
That's my question. That doesn't make sense to me. Applying all those rules that you just spoke about, Robert, which I totally agree with.
Why not stick with what?
Why not stick with what works? Exactly.
Because we don't know the business. We don't know, even though it's sold from the consumer's perspective. Maybe it wasn't as profitable as they can get. They want to see, hey, if we put out these one-step changers, maybe we'll make a lot of money selling them. They cost 30 cents to make,
Yeah,
and then
that was something I read, like an article or something. It was about the shampoo bottle, statues or whatever, like the big old units.
It's because honestly, I think Bobby, I think the answer might be they're not going. Corporations never get complacent and are satisfied with sales. They always want to increase profit and take lower cost, increase profit. That's why maybe you see the change in product. They're trying new things and they appear cheaper every time.
I got him.
There's nothing to say. It's I was going to ask. I've asked this a couple times on the show and everything. I was going to ask Robert. I mean, do you see Transformers lasting another 10 years?
Me? You want my opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I do too.
I do. I hope so. I really wanted to. But
I think that Combiner Wars is probably the most successful thing they've had in a long ass time.
Since classics.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like everybody's talking about it,
And that's G1 stuff. It's all
Yep.
you know.
It's all
it's
G1.
G1 stuff.
People are defending it to the teeth. Like, um, I'm going to
Yeah,
talk
but
about
10 years from now, will they want G1 stuff 10 years from now though?
I'm going to have to. Like, yeah, I'm going to have to go with yes because it's the only thing that I like. 30 years from ground zero, so to speak, we still want G1 stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's the only.
Yeah, but kids growing up now, they don't know G1. They're raising up with like, Beast Wars, Armada.
True, but my point is that it's us that keeps the shit alive.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Matt's saying that us are going to be 6 feet under at some point. And the generation.
Hopefully not 10 years from now. But I'm saying, I think the last time I asked, I said 30 years. You think, do you see it lasting another 30 years since it's lasted 30 years? Because we'll be, in our, upper 60s, 70 years old.
A G1 reboot because G1, like, I hate to be that guy, right? Like, because I know how it sounds, and people get all butthurt.
Yeah.
But like G1 is the foundation. Like, it is the element that defines who those characters are and what they mean to you.
Yeah, no matter how much you bitch about it.
Exactly.
It's fucking G1.
You can apply different looks. You can apply different shapes. You can apply all this different shit.
But it's all fucking G1. It
always comes down to G1. It always comes down to those elements that define who Prime was, who Megatron was, and who Bumblebee was.
I mean, let's face it. Like, Beast Wars in general was a better story than anything G1 had to offer. Yes. But what was the big statement? Truck, not monkey, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Optimus Prime will always be known as a truck. Yeah. I like Optimus Prime as a monkey, but he's always a truck. But I'm not even
talking so much about that. I'm talking about the principles. I'm talking about the that sounded really out there, but I'm talking about the dynamics of the character.
Yeah, that's who Prime is. He's G1.
Exactly. Like, the General Patton from space.
Yeah. Your father figure, almost, a lot of people.
The father figure that makes the right choices, the right moves, that, you know what I mean, that it is stern, but at the same time fair and all that kind of shit. Like, that is who Prime is. Bumblebee is always going to be the younger character that's trying to be more ambitious and take on more than what he can actually deal with and, be the gateway in humanity to this species. That's who Bumblebee is.
Jazz and Blaster are going to be the ghetto ones, and that's how it is.
Megatron is always going to be the tyrant. These are just character foundations. Like, it's always going to come back to that.
But they know that, and the thing is, at some point, they're going to really take so much that maybe the consumer will say, fuck you, this is garbage, and everyone gives up, or most people give up. At that point, they know the fail-safe. They realize, oops, we took too much, now let's give back to snare them back in. It's like a flow. It's a cycle. That's why it's not going to go away, because there's a cycle to it. You see that. If we looked over the past 30 years, I'm sure we could track a cycle in quality in maybe storyline and toy and everything, design.
But
I don't know.
To get back to this. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
Well, while we're still so far off topic, considering
fuck the news, shit. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't really have a whole bunch to talk about anyway, so it's not the worst case to be off.
No, I'm ready.
But the one thing that I was kind of thinking about is in the comics how they made Megatron a good guy. Do you think like they'd ever take the risk, like in the comics, to kind of make Optimus, somewhat side with the Decepticons on a cause? Because they've painted it that the Decepticon cause is not always just like tyranny. It's social injustice or whatever.
Right.
Do you think you could see that?
Look at what they did with it in the movies. They made him a badass. They made him a killer. So yeah, I could see them doing that.
Yeah,
I mean, you took an Optimus Prime that was wholesome and everything. And like Bobby was saying, he was a father figure to a lot of people, and then you made him into a stone cold killer. And,
they turned him into an animal beater.
Yeah, I have to ask Justin for a little bit of further explanation though. Are you talking about this happening in something that's well received by our generation, or are you just talking?
I'm kind of talking like, could you see like IDW swing it the other way,
Okay,
where
so something that's fairly well received.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so here's the thing: is that James Roberts is kind of doing what I feel like Jeff Johns is kind of known for doing, which is taking core principles, redeveloping them, reestablishing them, and then turning them on their heads. And so I can see that happening, but at the same time, kind of like you just said, it would be totally for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It would be that the Autobot cause has become something too political, has become something prowlish, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where he feels like, the Autobot cause has been perverted into becoming, exactly what it tried to fight against.
Sure.
In which case he would have to fight. But it would, the names may change, but the principles wouldn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're not talking about turning like heel or anything for Optimus.
No, not turning in the sense of just being a madman. And if they did that, I guarantee you it would be.
It'll be a backlash.
Not just that.
I think there would be, man.
I know. I'm saying, but if they did that, I'm saying that it would be. It would got him. It would turn out. It would turn out being something like he was under control of something else. It would,
they would have a reason to.
Exactly.
It'd be a one and done. It would just be an offshoot. You're talking about turning the universe on its head.
Yeah. If it went that far out, there would be some sort of reset in place.
Yeah.
The idea of Prime being some sort of monster. It just doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well with anyone. Like even people that don't know the franchise. I tell you, I have people all the time. Like when I do shows and shit, they'll come up and they will see the first robot drawing at my table. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter. Fucking the whole Stunticons, and some adult will walk up and be like, "Who? Oh, awesome! Optimus Prime. Who are these other guys?"
Yeah.
It's he
He's
is
the face of Transformers.
He's the tie that binds.
Who's the Joker?
Yeah, God, don't get me started.
But that's how strong Prime is. And like I said, back in the 86 movie, he got killed. There was kids crying. I cried. There were so many parents that wrote fucking to Hasbro saying, "Why the fuck did you just kill off Optimus Prime?"
I cried.
And they're like, "We got to get this guy back in here. We don't know what the hell he's doing."
Well,
that's how strong of a character he is.
You listen to the guys talking about it that did that shit. They were like. We didn't have the heart to tell him at the time that we were going to bring him back as a zombie and kill him again.
Yeah, we'll bring him back, but he's a zombie. Okay.
But I don't know. It's just that in all there's no representation of Optimus Prime where he isn't Optimus Prime.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's no representation of Megatron where he isn't Megatron. Even in IDW where he's now an Autobot. And they've definitely expanded his purpose for a villain. You know what I mean? Because the best villains always think they're doing the right thing, right? Mm-hmm. So they've played with that idea, which is awesome. But still, at his core, he is Megatron. And even when they're doing this good guy shit with him, just the way the other Autobots respond to him, like he's this fucking Hitler. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can turn the switch on any time. You just can't trust him.
It still resonates.
Yeah.
So they'll play with Whirl and they'll play with characters that never meant anything to anyone until Robert's got a hold of them. But they're only going to play so far with certain core characters because those are the characters that define what the fucking franchise is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, what about the AOE stuff? Didn't that fuck with Prime's core principles?
Well, yeah, but that's that. Okay, perfect. That is why that shit doesn't work with a lot of people, though.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? That's why that shit, there's tons of, fanboys out there that, I'll be like, look, Minosaur in Combiner Wars is not a good figure. And they will argue me to the bone. Or I'll be like, hey, yeah, got him. Or this, whatever. Fucking Armada is shit. Or fucking... Beast Wars is not for me, and they will argue me to the bone. But even the hardest core Transformer fan, if I'm like that movie is shit, they might debate me on it, but they're still gonna say they know where I'm coming from. You know, even if they debate me, they'll debate me. Like I've had it happen. You know, and they'll be like, "But look what it did for the franchise." It's like a sacrificial lamb. It's like you know what I mean. It's like its purpose it counts more than its fucking substance.
Well, a lot of fans say that about the movies. They're like, you know, I fucking hate the movies, but I'm glad for what they did for Transformers.
Because I think maybe fans are maybe afraid to lose it, and they're afraid that it will go under, and they're very forgiving of it, and they're being taken advantage of by a corporation. Fuck the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't think there's anything about that that's wrong. You know, as far as what's your opinion, like, you know, your statement. I don't think you said anything that is not correct.
Yeah,
it's a fact, Jack.
But I think that is because the people that are calling the shots don't. I think the people that are calling the ultimate shots don't care. Yes. But there's a lot of people underneath them that I think that really do, you know, and it's just trying to, it's trying to connect those dots. I think that's the challenge, you know, like it's the guy that made Combiner Wars a thing, you know, talking to the, you know, the executive of whatever envelope folding, you know, and trying to say like, look, this is viable. You know, and it's finding that balance. And maybe it was because they took a chance on it, and that's why these things seem like I think that they're cool. Don't get me wrong. I think that they're, you know, the most interesting thing Hasbro's done in a long time, and you know, I think they're okay, and I haven't trashed very many of them, but you know, they are extremely simple, and they are like a step down in intricacy, even from AOE.
So why is that Combiner Wars Megatron so big? I mean, they really are kind of fucking over the Chug Collector, no?
I think so. I don't. I think it must be frustrating.
I love it.
Okay, now
I can't wait to get the add-on parts. I love it.
Now, what prime would you put him next to?
I don't give a shit. I love it.
Okay.
MP10. That's what you do. You put him next to MP10.
I mean, that's y'all's thing. That's cool. I really don't care about the, you know, the who matches up with them and, you know, who I put with them. I mean, I like, you know, I just like the, you know, the toy itself.
That's because each character, I think you have a massive amount of each character, so you basically can lay out a table of them.
Yeah, I could put. I mean, what prime would I put him next to? I mean, MP10 smaller than him. I think they're a little smaller, but the other, you know, the MP1 is I think a little too big for him.
I think MP10 is bigger than him.
Is MP10 bigger than him?
I think so.
It's prettier.
Who? I'm sorry.
Then leader class Megatron.
No, about the same size.
Oh, same size. I mean, I guess MP10. I mean, Megatron's always been a little bigger than Prime. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what prime would you put to if you ever got one?
I think that the only right choice. I don't necessarily think there is a right choice. Let me preface by saying that, but I think the closest you can get is Orion.
Yeah, I don't have Orion, so I don't know.
Right.
I don't either.
What about the Chug Collector? What about the strict non-third-party collector, though?
See, that I don't know, because like if they were going by this wave, you know, like they have Monkey Man Optimus, and then and then this Megatron and Monkey Man Optimus. Like I don't have him, but I have Motormaster, and I put Motormaster next to Megatron, and it's a fine look for Motormaster, but it's not a fine look for Optimus. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, do you not think they're going to make a leader class Optimus down the road? Maybe.
I would hope. I would hope for the Chug Collector's sake.
Yeah. I mean, the Ultraman is going to be probably same size, maybe bigger. I know his arms or the stacks that stick out of his arms.
People are really excited about that Ultra Magnus. I mean, once you have the MP, yeah, but if you have the MP, are you still excited about that one?
I think if you were a hardcore IDW person, you could definitely be super excited about that Magnus.
Why? I mean,
If you had the MP, because he does look a lot like the IDW Magnus, and the whole Minimus Ambus bit is like a huge part of that. And you know, the fact that they were thoughtful enough to even consider that as an option says something about the people that are making moves over there these days.
Yeah. It seems like once in a while they'll make a great, you know, like you said, Springer. You know, most of the Voyagers that have been out lately.
Brainstorm, I love.
Yeah,
Brainstorm.
I mean, there's just sometimes you're like, why are these people not making every fucking thing in Transformers for Hasbro? Because they got something good, but then you'll come out and you know, like Jetfire and everything, but then you go to RID and you're like, what the fuck happened? Do they have a brain fart and just forget how to make Transformers, or it's just it's like,
but just because a lot of people like the Leader Class Jetfire doesn't mean they profited as much on the Leader Class Jetfire as they did on a shitload of Legends or the shitty Deluxes.
So you just think they're throwing us a bone thing? Is that what you're saying, Robert? They're just throwing us a bone?
No, they put their eggs in multiple baskets. It's about profit.
Okay.
That's all.
I know that, but I mean, sometimes it feels like they are. I think they're trying to throw us a bone once in a while. You know, because like I said, you'll see a whole line of shit, and you'll get Jetfire or Brainstorm.
It's like that shampoo bottle statue shit. Like, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, how much are they? $10 a piece?
Oh yeah. Well,
it probably
the bigger ones are
it probably costs about $1 to produce.
No pennies.
Okay, so let's say $1 for the sake of argument.
That's $9 profit right there.
$9 profit on one sale. So it doesn't matter if 50 of them are fucking shelf warming, because if they sold 5, they've more than broke even.
Right.
Yep. It's business.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's all about. It comes down to the money. That's all it is. Hey, well, let's talk about third-party news.
Okay, well, let's talk about
this. Are you interested in third-party stuff?
Well, let's talk about this bat first. Like,
we did talk about
I think this bat was a smart-ass choice.
Yeah, I think that was really good choice for sound.
I think they could have chosen a better Transformer mold to represent this character. And the fact that the bat is a fucking robot, I think it's just smart all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to get it.
No, I'm not going to get it. I have no interest in it. But I think it's good decision-making.
I'll let you play with mine. All right.
Huh?
I'll let you play with mine. And I meant my nuts.
Got him.
Yeah.
Third party.
Good choice, TFC.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I commend them for that. So third party Leonidas. We got color shots.
Yay. Excited for this guy.
I mean, I think he's gorgeous. I have
60 points of our articulation. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's see those 60.
All right. So what do we think they are? I'm guessing an ab crunch. I'm guessing that's going to be one of their new things.
13 on the tail, probably.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be a ton of them on the tail. Without a doubt.
I could see the legs probably are going to be a lot of them.
How are the hands? Are the hands individual knuckles?
Yeah. Well, I can't really tell. Probably.
They look to be. Do you see it?
I mean, he's more bulky, up top. You got the, the main, the lion's head and all that stuff. So I don't really see a lot of articulation out of that, especially on that one side.
There's ball joints up there on the mane. You can see in one of the shots.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna have articulated mane, huh?
Oh, you smart motherfuckers.
Smart motherfuckers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Well, that sucks. Then I'm still looking forward to it. I like that guy. I have him, and he's a nice figure, and I think they're gonna do a pretty good job. But yeah, the 60 points of articulation. You didn't have to throw that in. Like,
do we know how much that he's gonna cost yet?
He's on pre-order. I forgot how much I paid.
I don't think it's hateful.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable.
Let me check. I know I got on pre-order, but I forgot how much he was.
See, I know. Moneybags doesn't care how much he spends on Transformers.
I don't have any connection to this character, but they fucking make.
Fuck you, Justin.
No, I mean Perfect Effect makes great toys.
But I think that this. But they have exactly. They make great toys, and this fucking sculpt is badass. I think this might be something that if I got nothing going on and some money.
Exactly. This is Essential
Oh, yeah, you might
Barbosa
get
is what I was.
purchased.
But this is
I
Essential
had a moment of
Barbosa,
weakness
like I
with
was
purchase this
saying.
week. We'll talk about it later.
What is
Yeah,
it?
no.
What
So
is
he
that?
had a moment of weakness this week in
Yeah.
purchasing.
Oh, you bought something? You weren't supposed to
Down
buy?
with it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
What'd you buy? No, what'd you buy?
Come on, let it out.
We're all
Let it out.
family.
We'll talk
We're all
about it next
family.
week. It'll be here.
He
It'll be-
is 150.
Yeah, it's not hateful.
No, I mean he's a good size. I mean, was that MP10 next to
Oh,
him?
you know, that's how
He's-
much Warden was.
Yeah, he's probably smaller than Warden. Didn't he?
I thought they showed him jump the picture.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
you're
like
right.
MP10 size, so that's a good size considering if you wanted Warden
You think?
to be that big. Yeah.
I mean, in this picture, he's right next to MP10, Star Saber, Magnus, and Grimlock. He's a little shorter than Grimlock. He looks a little same size almost as MP10. The main.
Yeah, he's a little shorter than him.
Yeah, his head's
He's a little
almost
shorter
at his
than
chest. Yeah.
With the main,
I would
yeah.
have been better at maybe
Yeah.
110, maybe one. I don't know. 150 is a lot, but
110.
Is he 150?
I'd have been better maybe at 110.
110.
oh yeah, fuck
Yeah,
it.
I guess so.
I'll draw, man. Fuck yeah.
I don't know why I remember him being less than that too.
Yeah. I mean, he looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and like I said,
He looks incredible.
he's a Sancho Barbosa type pickup for me. Like, I think Sancho is awesome. I think if I get this guy, I'll enjoy him. Just right now, there's other things that I want, and at the time of Sancho, there wasn't.
Yeah.
So-
And plus, this is a Japanese Beast War character. There's nothing really out there that you like. Y'all say, what can match up with him. There's nothing really you could, where is he going to go?
Right.
So I don't know because he's not a masterpiece. So you don't put him on your masterpiece. He's not a classics. He's not a. So yeah, he's going to be like.
How does he pair up with? How does he pair up with, like, other characters from that line? I don't have any point of reference.
Oh fuck! I can't tell you. They got a rabbit in that line, a giraffe. I got a couple of them.
No, I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean,
size wise.
Oh, size? Oh, my bad.
My
I
bad.
took it off. See,
I got
What
a rabbit.
the problem is, I always when y'all three talk, I take shit different ways, and I go with it. I just run with the shit, and then you're like, "No, motherfucker, I don't mean it that way." But yeah, okay. Size wise, he's one of the bigger ones. I mean, he's prime.
Hey,
But
how does he size up next to MP10?
he's in that picture. Take a look.
Slightly
Next
short.
to who? Next to who?
He's slightly shorter.
MP...
He's
He's
slightly
a little
shorter.
shorter.
Robert.
I'm just trying to get Matt to say MP10.
Fuck you, man. Fuck yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
But yeah,
Don't go.
but I mean, like, size wise, how does, like, what are most of those? Fuck it. Fuck this topic. What's next?
Fuck.
He's Voyager
Meow.
size. I think Megatron's
Okay. Megatron's a giraffe.
a dragon.
The
The purple
There's a
dragon.
giraffe.
What we got
I
next?
don't know, I
Planet X. All right. Who's gonna pay
Canadex,
$300
Mega
for
Sentinel.
that shit?
Yeah, see, I mean, people have, praised the Omega Supreme. Like, shout out to Dezefticon, to my boy Lenny. He has he bought it late in the game, against my advice,
Ooh.
and loves it. And
Oh, Bobby.
I don't know, man, it was the first for me.
I don't know.
But like, he loves it, and so people swear by this mold. I get that the mold is accurate to the game, but I think he looks stupid in the game, so therefore I think the mold looks stupid. I think they did a good job of representing it. I just
Right.
don't think it's a good design to begin with. It's like they're not to blame almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I understand.
I'm waiting for
Um,
Sam's toys.
Oh, God, fan toys made on
Yeah,
that?
like that's gonna be how much? All right. Let's get off topic again.
That's
Fuck a topic.
$500 right there.
Fuck
At
a topic
least.
tonight. Who's with me?
I'm with you.
How much do you think Fans Toys Omega Supreme will be?
600.
No, they said it would be under 5.
Did they?
Really?
That's what I recall. IIRC.
Who's making? Remember who's making that? The Scorponok.
Make Toys.
Was that Make Toys? I guess we haven't really heard anything since that.
I thought it was Make Toys.
But yeah, that's Make Toys, and we have. I'm sure it'll be a fourth quarter thing. Like it'll come out around the same time Utopia did.
Awesome.
I
don't know. So under 500 for Omega? Yeah.
I will. If I recall.
Now that you say that, I'm remembering the same thing, but I can't see it.
Yeah, it's tough to see it considering the cost of Utopia and such.
Yeah.
How much was he's 300, right? The Omega for this one is 300, right?
Something like that.
I think he's more than that. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. Maybe I think the Omega Supreme value has gone up, and that's why I'm thinking he's more than that. Cause he's kind of the Omega Supreme is kind of a sought after piece now. They could probably re-release that and be okay.
That's always been a mold that I've been pretty interested in checking out, just because it was one of the first big.
Yeah.
It was the first big third party combiner, or not combined, non-combining toy that was large. So
I think Planet X should probably like I said, re-release it because. I mean, they're not really releasing anything else. They got the Dinobots, and since everybody else has got Dinobots, I don't think anybody's sought out for Planet X Dinobots.
Yeah, but I think but I think Planet X. I think Planet X is pulled ahead of Fans Project when it comes to the Dinobots.
You mean in quality?
Yeah, the product.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that.
Oh, that Swoop came out this week for Fans Project.
Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit, caca.
Almost exactly like it sounds, man. Almost. That it? Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I commend them because I think they could put out this, as Omega Supreme again. But this, I think they're just hinting at it. They're just seeing if the response. They're big on that. Like they did it for Grimlock. They were like
Planet X or just third party company market.
I'll tell you what though, if Fans Toys comes out in Mega Supreme, I'm down. And if they have a Sentinel repaint,
I'm down.
I'm fucking down. Yep. I'm gonna army build that shit. I'm gonna ball.
Fucking money bags.
Yeah.
Well, they'll do it. I mean, everybody's interested in this. They'll probably do an add-on kit just like they did the other one. Didn't they do one for Omega?
That was Make Toys.
Was that Make Toys? Oh,
yeah.
Goddamn. Fucking third party, man. Shit. Can't keep up with all that shit, man. So nobody's down for this at all?
It's not for me. I think that if you like the Omega Supreme, this is a no-brainer. I just don't like the Omega Supreme,
If they want to send me a review copy so I can check it out, I'd be happy to check it out.
What about a test shot?
Sure. Why not? Let me in on this game that everybody seems to be playing.
I would give you test shots.
It looks like
but I mean, this is just a repaint, though. I mean, the mold's already perfected, quote unquote perfected,
Right.
Justin, I'll give you test shots.
I know you will.
That's disgusting.
I know.
Got him. Let's see here.
That's the news.
Is that it?
That is it. There was not shit this week, man. There was other stuff, but we'll let the other people talk about that stuff.
Okay, so what's our first discussion?
The third party Harbor Place.
Okay, so this kind of ties into what we were talking before, so it's kind of a cohesive show. So there's been all this, with Combiner Wars, being well received, and I'm happy that it is. There's been a lot of the comment being made around town of, with Perfect Effect coming out and Lone Wolf, which, should we talk about that too, Justin? Is that still not?
I've seen it on pre-order for some sites, but it seems to have disappeared from TF Source and BBTS.
Lone Wolf, we noticed, Justin, not we, I should not take any credit. Justin noticed earlier this week that Lone Wolf had been taken down from BBTS and TF Source as a distributor.
Only place I actually could find it was Chosen Prime. Captured Prey, it was gone. Yeah.
I bet you that's not by coincidence.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
I would go so far to guess. You see, Chosen Prime had I've met the dude in person. No ill will, no hard feelings, but he has made big moves rather quickly. Would you say that? Like he's kind of become a big player in a small amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't put it past him to have worked out something with
R2D2.
with Lone Wolf to get a hold of it, and the big two catching wind of it and saying, "Well, fuck it, we're not going to carry it at all." Then
Yeah, but it doesn't explain why like Captured Prey and stuff doesn't have it.
that's
anymore.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Or maybe Chosen Prime just hasn't updated their shit.
Yeah, I know one thing. Chosen Prime knows how to fucking package a Transformer. God dang, that was some good shit.
They know how to set up a display too at a fucking show. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they did.
So does Lone Wolf constitute an independent figure that's part of a third-party combiner from a new company, or is he an add-on?
The answer is yes.
I mean, I've seen them with the Combiner War stuff, and
So ultimately, let's say we have Menosaur collectors, Combiner Wars Menosaur collectors, who are they're apologetic for Menosaur, and they defend it and they love it, and they pick this up and they call it a third-party add-on. Oh, I'm not a 3P collector. This is just an add-on. This is where third party belongs. But then the next piece comes out, and then the next piece. Next thing you know, they've got a whole third-party combiner. What the fuck are they going to call that? This is the Combiner Wars add-on? I just fucking replaced them?
Well, yeah. Well, that was kind of my thing. Like, I think that from messing with Minosaur, and I think Minosaur is horrendous. Like, I really think it's bad. Like, and I'm not being like people try to pigeonhole me as this anti-Hasbro guy. Dead End is my favorite deluxe I've ever bought. And Dead End is part of that Minosaur, and that Minosaur sucks. I put together the Superion, and the Superion does not suck. So it's not me being a hater. That Minosaur is just terrible. And, like, it is literally the worst combiner I have. That being said...
Wow, I think Matt just fell out of his chair.
Whoops. Come on, really pull your ass up here.
That being said, the only way I can even try to imagine it being okay is if you get the Lone Wolf
Flame Torch
torso and the Perfect Effect feet and hands. That's the only way I can imagine it, because the Motor Master as the combining element is what makes it super shitty. And then the fact that they just kind of phoned in the feet-hand thing to save a buck here and there just icing on a shit cake. So, Lone Wolf, if he's solid, which I don't get the impression that he is, I'm a Stunticon freak. And I've mentioned on here before, like I rarely watch Transforming Toy review. But I did watch G1 Hexatron's Transformer review of Lone Wolf, and he has a relationship with them, obviously, and he was manipulating it. And I'm just watching it, and I'm like, I don't know, Mac. I don't know.
What about? Are you saying independent as a unit, or what about?
Yeah, independent. Yeah, he didn't do the combining thing or any of that. Like, and it was just a test shot. Don't get me wrong, but like that's kind of ties into our conversation last week that what's the fucking point? But like, it's not that he did a bad job or anything. I'm not trashing G1 Hexatron, but what I am saying is that with an objective view looking at it, I was like, I don't know, and I'll probably end up getting Lone Wolf once he goes on clearance. But just because I'm the Stunticons are my Starscream for deluxe. But I have my concerns about that unit. Heavy concerns.
Right.
And,
but what if?
Go ahead.
What if you're you're all in on Combiner War, Menosaur, and Lone Wolf comes out and you're looking at him as an add-on, is he worth the purchase?
I think that he may be, but I think that you have to use it in concert with the Perfect Effects set, because the other thing that sucks are the feet, and that sucks across the board.
Oh, but aren't they coming out with the other limbs? That's a great add-on.
Maybe, unless Lone Wolf is a piece of shit, which it might very well be.
I hope not. I hope.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby. Where are we located at?
What do you mean? America?
America. You damn right. You can have your fucking opinion about Minnesota, man. Because we're Americans.
I know.
Right? I don't know where the fuck people get fucking butthurt because you make a fucking comment about a fucking toy, but then you have the fucking balls to say that they're wrong, and they fucking get all crying about everything. It doesn't matter. If it's a shitty toy, it's a shitty toy. That's what, Bobby and Justin do. They fucking tell the truth. They want to sell you, hey, they actually save people money sometimes.
I don't want to sell you anything because it doesn't actually.
Well, I'm just saying.
Me at all.
Right. I really want to save you money.
Yeah, you help people. You help people by saving money. But hey, this is a crappy. Remember Apollo or whatever the Jetfire thing?
Kronos.
God dang, you saved people money. Fucking bandit ship.
I was gonna bring that up. Like, it's kind of a separate point, but but just real quick, like, if I trash a third-party figure in a review, and I haven't trashed many, but I have trashed them. I've trashed numerous KFC products. Numerous. I've trashed Kronos. I trashed Ollie. I trashed Fans Project Sludge. Columpio. I've trashed Kubra.
Not those damn Tetra Jets.
You're forgetting one.
Listen, Matt. I would trash those Tetra Jets if I reviewed. I trashed.
You're forgetting one.
Which one?
SXS
gears. Yep, I trashed that thing. I have trashed countless third-party items, and every time I trash a third-party item, every comment I get is, "Dude, you're the fucking you're a hero. Thank you for saving me this money." Blah 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 blah. It's all positive. If I trash a Hasbro piece, I already mentally prepare myself for the fucking heartache, because motherfucker, like, it's crazy, and I have to admit, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I see the third party elitism and all that shit on Facebook and all that, but as far as on my channel, when I trash a third party piece, most third party people comment with "thank you." Right. But if I trash a Hasbro piece, the fucking people lose their goddamn minds. They call me everything but a white man.
Because it's official product. I really don't know why they do that. I've never, as far as me, I'm a big Hasbro fan. Hell, fucking Hasbro. But, when I watch your reviews, I don't get butthurt when you say a fucking product. And I'll fuck around and joke with you, like, and say shit with you. Right. But I'm not getting butthurt. I'm not threatening you or anything or calling you everything, but, below the belt. Because it's fucking, we're in America. It's your own channel. You can do what the fuck you want. You can say what the fuck you want. I mean, why do people get so why do people get so butthurt over someone's opinion?
I just think it's funny that it is always that way. I
don't know why third party don't get all fucking pissed off.
If I praise, and I'll have one or two, but it's usually like the ratio is so extreme. Like, if I praise a third party item, it's thanks, like, you sold me on this. If I trash a third party item, it's mostly thanks, you saved me on this. If I praise a Hasbro item, it's thank you. I'm glad you like it. If I trash a Hasbro item, it's fuck you. You don't know. You gotta buy fucking Fans Project. I'm like, whoa.
Because people want their fucking moment.
I started with this fucking Combiner Wars fucking review shit with saying I'm not going to compare it in that sense, because a fucking $500 or $350 to $500 combiner should be better than a $100 combiner. So, I'm not here to say which one is better and which one is worse. I try to rate this Combiner Wars shit on its own merit. Because if I had, every fucking review would have been a goddamn shit show.
It might be a cool comparison, although albeit a kind of nauseating one, would be to compare like a Combiner Wars figure like Menasor to Fall of Cybertron Bruticus.
Shiticus.
Yeah, if I had him. I don't know.
That was funny.
But
Bobby's like, stop
I have.
trashing them.
but to get back on track, like you know, like I don't know, like there's a lot of people, like I'm a Fans Toys fan. I believe in their product. I love
Shit's
them.
beautiful.
I appreciate
It is
I
beautiful.
enjoy their product. I'm a Fans
How
Toys fan.
How can you not be?
But there are plenty of people that are trying in the third party world, that are trying to make it a Fans Toys versus Gigapower world, right?
Okay.
And
gang.
and it's like, fuck Fans Toys because of this. I don't feel the need to get all upset and
Because you have common sense, man.
and because I
don't want to get out there. You don't care.
I don't get. That's what I don't give a shit.
It's like because you have a life. I'm not saying everybody that doesn't have a life is doing this, but why do you want to start an internet fight between two toy companies? Fuck, if you like Fans Toys, more power to you. If you like Gigapower, more power to you. I'm just saying I don't have any Gigapower stuff. I'm not bashing their shit. The Star looks pretty nice, but Fans Toys, what they put out so far is fucking beautiful. I mean, I think it's a work of art. The way the Dinobots are just, I can't wait for Grimlock and the other ones. I can't wait for Sludge. God dang, I can't wait for Sludge. God.
And like, if people comment on my shit and say, you know, look, I really like Minosaur. Like, it just without,
that's fun.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm happy. Like, I'm glad you like him. Like, there's nothing better than spending $100 and being happy with that payment. But I don't get it, and you and I don't have the same opinion. I may not be the guy for you to be watching.
There you know,
like, and I'm okay with that.
Same as a podcast. We're not for everybody. But that, that doesn't mean that we're bad people. It don't mean that Minosaur is a bad toy.
Some people might argue that.
Yeah. Anyway, but back to
the proper place. What's he asking?
This concept of third party's place. Like, I think that I'm not a fan of third party upgrades for Hasbro figures overall. It's just not my thing. But like, I think that it's bad. Like, we're talking about a creative platform, right? At the end of the day, we're talking about people that are creative, regardless of whether or not you agree morally or ethically. Like, these are creative people that are artists in their own right. Sure, it's a business and blah blah blah, but artists in their own right, and they're creating pieces for people to appreciate or to pass on. But like, why would you want to limit somebody's creativity? Why would you want to say, you can upgrade, and like Robert said, at what point does it stop being an upgrade and start being, he's more machine now than man. Like, at what point does it become? Shout out to Greg for Mercy, because that's his shit. But like, Lone Wolf is an upgrade, but he's also a fucking independent figure.
He's a whole fucking figure.
Right. So is that okay?
I guess so.
I don't know. I really never thought about it like that. I mean, I just thought they were, making him, and they were going to make some more. But if they don't, he's just, like you say, he's just going to be an individual bot. So, like I said, I've seen people put the CW stuff on it. It doesn't look bad. It looks better than the Hasbro one. A lot of people want to replace the Hasbro one with that one.
You know what?
But that's
every third-party figure that I like is an upgrade to my collection.
Exactly. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. If buying a whole figure as an upgrade to a Hasbro release is okay, what's your problem? I mean, this isn't gang warfare. You are all for purchasing figures from other unlicensed companies to upgrade your collection.
Well, I mean, let's just say, okay, let's give. I don't know if this may be off topic, but I don't buy knockoffs. But do they consider? Like Hasbro people? Do they consider third party as knockoffs, or do they consider? And then you also got knockoffs.
I think most of them. I think most of them, don't view it the same way.
I don't think the term knockoff is a matter of opinion. I think it's a definition. I don't think you can debate it.
That's a good point.
Knockoff is taking a mold and fucking copying it and shitting it out real cheap.
Right,
I mean,
okay.
you know,
And there is some of that. Like third party does have some of that going on. I mean, third party knocks off its own shit.
Yeah, and it's also there's some weird stances for people when it comes to that. I mean, because like how many of those people, own a knockoff masterpiece? Sideswipe or Tiger Track. You're like, well, I don't really care about Tiger Track, like, so that's okay.
right?
But the third party who's its unique thing, like yes, it borderline IP infringes. I'm sorry, but like everybody out there who's suddenly a fucking lawyer, and thinks they actually understand IP infringement, like has no fucking idea.
Objection. Yeah, that's just, I mean, just some people live by, I'll get the knockoff, but then do you consider third party knockoffs or something like, because I won't buy knockoffs, but I'll buy third parties. But
the question being like of the core idea of third party having its place, why would you would you I'm not trying to say that these people are fucking Rembrandt or anything, but why would you stop Dali with saying you can only do surrealism? Why would you take I don't know whoever Prince, and say you can only make pop music?
Awesome.
Fuck yeah, Prince is the man. And anybody out there who is a Prince fan may not know this song. It's called "She's Always in My Hair." Look it up and listen. You will love it. But
Prince actually he wrote a lot. Prince is a very
he's a musical genius.
Yeah,
he plays like 7 instruments or something.
Yeah,
like
and
he's written a ton of hits for other artists.
Oh yeah,
Sinead O'Connor
and
Sheila E.
Sheila E. He's like
the time.
If we want to keep it, he's created chicks.
Happy Birthday.
Yeah. Carmen Electra is a Prince creation.
There you go.
But why would you tell Prince that he can only make pop music? Why would you tell whatever? Why would you tell Trent Reznor?
Why would you limit them to?
Yeah, why would you limit? Why not push the envelope? Like, if it doesn't matter. Like, if any company pushes the boundaries on what you can do engineering wise, it benefits everybody. The bar is being raised across the board. Everybody is getting better.
Yeah. Third party is giving you what you want.
But not only that, Matt. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, if third party has been pushing the boundaries, pushing the limitations with combiners, big time.
Yeah.
And as a result, other third party companies and official companies are able to sit back, look, learn, and adapt and make something as good or better, or at least sustainable for a cost efficient price. But that's all because people are continuing to push that door.
Yeah, that's what MP does. I mean, there wouldn't be a Fans Toys probably if there wasn't MPs. I'm not saying there may be, but
I know
if there was an MP line, that's Fans Toys would probably not be around.
Right.
Well, I mean, why have we seen the transition between classic-sized third-party and masterpiece? Because the actual core market does drive what the core or what the third party makes. Like, it's the same reason that we don't have third party B stores, really, like, because the market isn't demanding that at this point in time.
Right.
Well, now we are.
How many MPs do you get at Toys R Us at one time? Maybe 2 or 3 at the most. I mean, some of them you get a lot, but some of the sought out ones like MP10. How hard was he fucking hard to find?
You can get that Year of the Ghost Soundwave though.
Hey, I can't wait. I like clear shit.
I guarantee you won't have any problem getting that.
And the Osmonds Crown too. I haven't seen them yet. I've yet to see them, but whatever. I don't know what about the proper place.
That's the thing is that everybody's benefiting from this shit. Like Hasbro is Hasbro. Like, all right, I was buying 0 Hasbro products from 1999 to 2012. And now I'm buying Legends. I'm buying Star Wars Black Series. I can't say 0 because I was continuing my Star Wars collection. But aside from 3 3/4, I was buying Now I'm buying Combiner Wars, I'm buying Generations, I'm buying all this shit, and it's only because third party brought me back into it. And the Hasbro stuff is only going the direction it's going because they have competitors and they have people that are challenging them, and that's going to make Hasbro better.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
I don't think I don't think that it's fair to say that like third party's proper place is to make some bullshit gun for a fucking deluxe.
Well, here's something I've thought of. I've always wondered, and it's something we could price out. We could calculate this. I find that like when you collect like just the Hasbro products, if you're a completist and you collect everything that comes out, how much money are you spending? What's the total amount that you're spending? And compare that to somebody who is maybe more selective and saves their money and purchases less, but of higher quality. And maybe it's a 3P, or maybe it's an MP.
Or maybe it's
spending more money. Right. Oh God.
But you know what I mean? That's the same. That's a fair assessment.
Right. So it's a matter of being, maybe some people are more selective in where they want to spend their money versus, because there's all this argument about, 3P is so expensive, yada, yada, yada. And then the counter argument is, well, it's quality over quantity, right. And people, you can't afford it. And then that's when it really gets ugly, is when people say, oh, well, you just can't afford it. And, and that's when it really, the butthurt begins. Well, because I don't think that's true.
I agree. And I also think that, like money management is a problem in the fandom anyway, right? Like we see it all the time, and I'm not talking about from a third party, even like from a first party, third party, like it's an issue because this shit is an addiction. Like we call it plastic crack, but it is like when you don't get that in stock notice, you start to get a little antsy after a while.
Shout out to Tyler. He PM'd me earlier today saying, "Do you know of any good figures I can buy? Anything?" I'm like, "What's the matter, dude?" Like, you got the steak?
I've said that a couple times in the fucking chat room. Like, is there any... Oh, I know. Y'all, Greg's done it. And fucking, I think Bobby's maybe done it once in a while. Like,
I just did it. I just did it this week.
Do you know why I have drift?
Exactly.
Because there ain't nothing else. You're like,
so money management is shit. Like my wife is always... Like, and this is not an anti-Hasbro thing, but like my wife is always pushing me, like, stop buying this Hasbro like shit. Like, because I just
I need to talk to your wife.
You do. You need to set her straight. But like, because she like when I get it, like she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know what's third party and what's not. She doesn't know what's masterpiece.
I'm just gonna clip that right out and send it right to her. She doesn't know anything. So, like, we weren't talking about Transformers. I don't know what the hell he was talking about here, Lars.
Like, she doesn't know what's fans toys versus what's masterpiece. Like I could put Mad Law, Soar, Wheeljack, and fucking the Warbitron set up, and she couldn't tell you what's third party. She couldn't tell you what was masterpiece. She doesn't know. Right? But she knows, like, when she sees, like, breakdowns. No, not even my face. Like, when she sees breakdown, like, sitting around the house, like, a lot of times she'll put it, like, on the steps, which is signifying to the rest of the family, okay, Jaina, this is your toy I found, and it's time for it to go back upstairs. Right. Because she recognizes that this looks like a children's toy, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's not really my thing, and she does think that is a waste of my money, and she's probably right, but I do like to look at them, and I am a fan, so like I could be better with my money is what I'm trying to say. But when you are spending, I mean, we got 2 combiners finished at this point, right? So that's $200 plus the Optimus tie-in, $225, plus what else is out there? Is there anything else out there? Oh, Megatron, the 2 Megatrons. So that's $325. So that's $325 plus the Legends, plus the Power Glide. No, that
talking about $350.
Yeah, we're talking about $350 if you wanted to complete the Combiner Wars Wave 1 and Wave 2.
That's a complete almost Feral Wraith.
That's
M3.
That's M3. That's straight up and down M3.
Yeah.
And if you get them from a group, it's probably M3 and a fucking Dairy Queen Blizzard.
So, I mean, where do you think? I mean, I just want to know, where do you think Hasbro would be without third party? If third party hadn't existed at all, if nothing has come out at all, nothing. Where do you think? Do you think they'd be just? I mean, since they wouldn't have any competition.
I don't think we'd see Combiner Wars.
Yeah, I don't think we'd see a lot of the G1 nostalgia stuff that they're doing. You know,
you sound like Al Pacino at the end of Devil's Advocate.
I'm a humanist.
Where would Hasbro be without me?
I'm a humanist. I'm a fan of man. But like I think that third party has made Hasbro better, and it's circular, right? So it's circular, right? So like if Hasbro gets better, it's going to push third party to be better because
they have to. I mean,
right? So it's good
because they're not a big corporation. You sink or swim. A third party, you have to have a big hit. If you don't, you're not going to make it. I mean, you have to splash in with something like like the Dinobots or anything. Or not, because they just don't have the money like Hasbro does to put out shit and expect to stay along here in the game.
I can point to what I think is a smart business person in the 3P market, and that is KFC, because I think they've opened many different companies, and because they don't want maybe a shit product associated with the main company.
And now they're saying
they put.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
They're saying that Omnigonics is fucking KFC.
Right, and it's just the whole idea in business is don't put your eggs all in one basket. There's your turn of phrase for the day.
All right, let's move on to some questions because we did spend a fair amount of time. We ended up making this a decent show.
That's a good show.
So, all right, let me scroll down.
It's because Matt is back.
Yes,
it's all Matt.
Yay.
Matt Bold.
So we're gonna get back to Pharaoh Rahi's question from last week, which we introduced, which was, what 3P repaints would you want for a TFCon exclusive?
I got it.
Got him.
Get it.
I want the Toy World Throttlebots all done in puzzler colors, like appropriate locations.
Yeah, you've been on those for a while.
Because
nice.
TFCon has made it a thing to do GoBots, like do the truck as like an armored police truck, and it would work. It would totally work. So.
That would be nice. What about you, Matt? You got any ideas?
Well, since I love the fan toys, I would probably maybe G2 Dinobots.
Out of the fans toy set, yeah.
I mean, that would I'll tell you that, that's too much of that would be too much for exclusive. But I mean, yeah, if money wise, if you didn't, if you had the money, I think all 5 of the Dinobots would be in G2 colors. That'd be pretty sweet, I think.
What about you, Robert? You got anything on that one?
Yeah, I was really drawing a blank until just now, scrabbling for scraps of thought. What I was thinking was perhaps like Feral Rex into Voltron, and just have the lions and have the
do like the 4 tigers,
right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Except they're not Scramble City though. See, they'd have to do a little bit of new engineering, but they could make it work.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
You'd have the Black Lion. You'd have Razor Claw and 4. You'd have Razor Claw, 2 Tigresses, and then a little bit of a retool for the legs.
Turn the fucking rhino into a lion head.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could do that.
Because the yellow lion and the yellow lion was bulky, and who else was it? Who's the other foot?
Blue one.
Was it green or blue?
No, green and red arms. It was blue. Was the leg.
Okay.
So they could just be bulky.
That actually would be pretty slick.
Yeah.
I would like to see like I said, the Great Shot. I would love to see the Great Shot, and I'd auto from the Hexatron mold. But I'd like to see the fucking M3 done up in the Autobot.
Yeah, I'd like that one too.
Cool.
I feel like I wonder if TFCon avoids that type of thing though, specifically so they don't draw Hasbro's eye at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would like to see a TFC I'm sorry, iGear Raptor done up
Rat
like
Trap?
Leader 1. Yes, like Rat Trap too.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
a Leader 1 version of the Raptor.
You know what else
Huh.
I think would be cool to do right now is like a TFC Verta Aid as Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
What about?
Because it's even Scramble City, you know, for your Uranus,
Yeah.
you know.
Or
TFC,
Sancho Barbosa as just Sancho.
Captain Morgan.
And I'm telling you, when TFC makes Alpha Bravo, Delta Epsilon. That's all I'm saying. So.
Delta Echo.
There's one, I mean, I would like to see an Overlord. I mean, I don't know who would take it, but yeah, I mean, he'd have to be a big
dude. Now I kind of want
Hexatron.
I want my TFC Charlie Delta.
Bad.
That would
There's
be
some
awesome.
good stuff. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could probably come out.
But yeah, I think that any of those would be good. I think that the problem is with the combiners is that there's just so much money to dump into it to get it.
Yeah, well, it would be the type of thing that I think you'd have to do over, like if you
did
two of them at a
like over the
time.
next 5, yeah.
And then like over 3 years you get the whole thing or something, or
that would be cool. So James actually, all these questions were great this week. James, our dear friend James, asked, "What non-TF toys would you like third party to start making figures for?"
Mask.
Yeah, I know you want that bad.
I think everybody is in that one, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't.
When I put that picture up of I think it was the April Fool's thing of the 30th anniversary of Mask, dude, I got a little wood. I was, damn.
I tell you that fucking Krang makes me really evaluate the Turtles line.
It does look good. I'm not a big Turtles fan, but it does look nice.
That Krang is amazing. The fucking LEDs inside the stomach and all that shit. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
I would like third party Food Fighters.
Third party. You know what else? You know what else they might be able to tempt me with? Third party Visionaries.
That'd be cool too.
Oh,
does anybody remember Army Ants? Do you remember Army Ants at all?
Vaguely.
They were like little
They wore helmets.
PVC, they had little guns and this thing.
Oh, what a Battle Beast! Third party Battle Beast.
I would actually.
That exists. That exists.
Yeah, but like if it was like a proper, like if it was like a 6-inch, super articulated.
Yeah.
No, fucking slick.
It's a very small.
They're like the originals almost.
Yeah. I used to love they had the little rope signs. It'd be fire, or wood, or water. Oh, good shit. Right. I used to steal them out of stores.
I remember that commercial. Water beats fire.
I think that there's a lot of I'll tell you another market I think would be wide open for third party is He-Man. Because if these motherfuckers would pay $30 and up, let's not kid ourselves. The average MOTUC collector that's balls deep has paid $50 for a figure here and there.
Oh yeah, some of the exclusives.
For a figure that ain't worth $20, in my opinion.
That'd be pretty cool.
If they did a figure that was at like a $60 price point, but was like on a a Figuarts level of articulation and quality, I think that would be, I would get them in a heartbeat.
What about G.I. Joe? You think it'll save it?
Well, G.I. Joe has a lot of third party kind of stuff going on with it.
They do, but it's mostly guns and stuff.
What about Star Wars?
See, I
don't think Star Wars will need it.
I don't think Star Wars needs it. I was just going to say the same thing about Marvel and DC. They just don't fucking need it because
people buy that stuff.
Well, not only that, but they fucking license the fuck out of that shit.
Oh yeah,
just my point. How to stop third party? You license it the fuck out. Marvel and DC license their shit to anybody. If you've got a Pulse, they will license it out to you.
Like Oprah, just giving shit out.
I mean, look at DC. Mattel, SH Figuarts, Play Arts Kai, DC Collectibles, Gentle Giant or Sideshow. They're getting
money without doing shit. That's what they're doing.
Shit.
Like, you can have that stuff, but you're going to pay me.
So there's not really a market for third-party Batman, because you can get just Dark Knight, like Frank Miller Dark Knight Batman is made by like 8 different companies. So why would you want to pay, a premium price for a figure that's already saturated? Like, that's the beauty of licensing. But I think that Turtles could do it. I think that He-Man could do it, and then like the more obscure stuff, like the Mask and the Visionaries and shit.
What I'd like to say?
What would you like to say, Rob?
Garbage Pail Kids.
I might be in.
Fuck yeah.
Like little gimmicks,
I'd
like
buy
really
those.
articulate and nasty.
They announced them at Toy Fair this year, the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, I didn't know
Fuck
that.
yeah. I love
Well,
Garbage Pail.
perfect opportunity.
No, dude. When it comes to Garbage Pail Kids, I only buy official. You got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great question, James.
Good job, James. Thank you, James.
Anybody that wants to comment either on YouTube or whatever you're listening.
Yeah.
On, let us
Debate us. We like debating.
or let us know what third party you'd like to see from different franchises.
Barbie.
You know what else I'd like to see is
Jim.
Mortal Kombat.
What about Jim?
I would love a $60 to $100 line of Mortal Kombat figures.
Yeah.
Like
They got a lot of characters now, so yeah.
They got a ton of characters. It's a sweet franchise. There's a lot of cool dynamics. There's tons of repaint capabilities.
Tons of weapons.
There's just a lot you could do there if you wanted to. Tons of gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's just a lot they could do. Mr. Cable asks,
Mr. Cable.
this is a good question as well. Do you agree with the stance Kapow Toys took on not selling KFC and X-Transbox products?
Why they stop?
For those who don't know, Kapow Toys is not. They made an official statement. Let me see if I can't find it on Facebook so I can just read it. But they are like, as far as I know, they are the first toy dealer to officially, say black and white, we will not be carrying, X. It is, as of today, this was posted Monday of this week at 4:34 a.m., which is like, I don't know, English time, something else. As of today, we will no longer be stocking any items from Keith's Fantasy Club or its associated companies, Omnigonics and X-Transbots. We thank them for dealing with us in the past and wish them well in the future. Any items we currently have in stock from them will not be restocked. Any questions, please contact them or, at Kapow Toys email. We will not be answering questions here on Facebook, sadly, as we won't have the time today. Now, people were saying that it might have had something to do with some picture where a kid was in the picture at like a factory. But I think that has been ruled out.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Which would be best if we would but the Kapow Toy says it's strictly a business decision. No drama. And I'm guessing that's because of the amount of shit that gets returned or broken or
I'm gonna call bullshit.
I'm
I'm gonna call. You know what? You know where the bullshit lieth?
Where it lieth.
They called them out on Omnigonics, and they knew what they were fucking doing when they did that.
Yeah.
Something ugly happened, and I don't think it's child.
All I gotta say is I've never shopped at Kapow Toys, and I will never shop at Kapow Toys because if you don't sell Sancho, fuck you. Sancho Barbosa.
Can you sing it, please?
Sancho Barbosa.
I can bend now.
There is some interesting drama on that post for those interested.
Yeah, there was all the back and forth about child labor and stuff. Like,
no, there's some stuff from Optobotomus on there.
Of course.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, I can see it being a business thing. Like, Justin's stacks broke right out of the box. Fucking, what did I get? Ollie. Oh my god! If I could have returned Ollie, every tape. But I was gonna say something. The good guy Duobot tape bit of business. Fucking
Slam Dance?
Slam Dance, the KFC Slam Dance.
Clam dance?
So the feet, the feet joints and all that shit, they suck on that thing. So he's actually like, and he's top heavy, so he always falls off my shelf. But he's on my second shelf down. He takes a pretty significant shelf dive, probably once a week. Not a fucking break on him.
I can't take it anymore.
Like
well, here's the thing, though, Bobby. If you get in a car accident when you're drunk and you can ragdoll it, you tend to survive. You know, so I mean,
he is right.
But that thing is an absolute piece of shit, and it has never broken. And there's small ass little ball pegs on that unit, and it has never broken. And it falls easily once a week. I mean, it falls if you look at it. Just the pressure from your vision will make it fucking fall.
KFC's gotten better though. I mean, with the bigger stuff.
Oh yeah,
they've gotten a lot better. I used to dog KFC, but I'm a kind of a KFC fan now.
Transistor's really cool, but when I opened him up, my eyes started burning for real.
Really?
Did you get that? My eyes, my fucking eyes.
No, I mean, mine had an odor.
Yeah, mine was fine. I didn't have
that was the tape, wasn't it?
No. My concern became like, wait a minute, okay, this might get real. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it is. My concern was like fucking like lead paint and like what materials are they using, because they're not really regulated.
Right.
You know.
Right.
My eyes started burning and tearing, and it was like fumes.
In my review of the Rewind, like as I'm putting like the paint is stuck to my fingers, like that shit. You know, like that is like.
You're like, what is this shit?
I'm like it's on my fingers.
Falling up in my fingers. Is that a booger? Oh, that's fucking paint. That's not a booger. It's paint shipping off on my fucking hand.
I couldn't see any paint because I went blind for a good half an hour.
And Rewind can't hold his guns for shit.
Yeah. No, but it's
I still like Transistor. You know, he's a good one.
Yeah,
he's really cool. But my opinion on this whole thing is, hey, you know what? If they don't want to carry it, they don't want to carry it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I guess if I agree on their stance, I think I have to, because you know they're in business, and if they're losing money, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a wise business decision.
Yeah, they got to do what's best for them. You know. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, I wish I could talk to some of these guys, like, because there's a lot of shit going on with KFC that is just like, man, like, why you're so close and yet so far away sometimes.
That's the same thing as Hasbro.
Well, you know, one thing that I'll tell you one thing though. Something tells me that it maybe not have been a great business decision. Only time will tell. But by like kind of outing them on Omnigonics, like they showed that there was some emotion involved in their decision. And emotion takes no place in business decisions.
Yeah, and also, like, you know,
I love you, Robert.
If something of theirs takes off, you know, what if they switch a factory, switch a designer, and all of a sudden they've got a fucking beast of a product on their hands that can't be stopped?
Yeah,
the dangerous risk. I mean, right now with Apollyon coming out, you know, they're bouncing, and then you have, what did you counted, 5 coming out after Apollyon? Mm-hmm. You know, they're basically just they don't want in on that. That's pretty crazy.
And that's just the extra transbots.
Yeah.
You know, if you throw KFC in the mix, they got the twin cast.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the other Shoutouts still that they're supposed to release, right? And then they got the fucking Junkyons. You know, like, and then Omnigonics has Sunstreaker. Like, if you count all those companies, I mean, you're talking about 10 products, you know, in the works easily.
Yeah, most of them that look, you know, at least from what we can see thus far, fairly solid too, you know?
Yeah. Not hateful at the very least.
And tapes. Sorry.
I mean, if they can honestly be as good as, you know, Transistor was, like, you're only hurting yourself not carrying that product. Like, because Transistor has his flaws, don't get me wrong, but for KFC standards, he's amazing, you know?
Yeah, and for third-party standards,
he's straight
up. He's straight, you know? Like,
yeah.
For third-party standards, like, he's good enough. And
by
KFC,
outing them as Omnigonics, they might have burned a bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if we don't ever get an MP, you know, blaster, which I hope we do, I would settle for this. I would be content with, you know, him being my MP blaster.
Me too. Me too.
Good job, KFC.
I just wish you didn't put the red metallic paint. Just went with this black color, but whatever.
Red plastic. See, but that red plastic, like, the parts that they didn't put the chrome on. Like, if he would have been just that color red, that would have been kind of shitty.
Yeah, but
he would look sick and pale.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not like a full red.
He's got the flu.
But what's the story? Was
some snot rags.
The first time I saw it discussed was with, I think it was fucking Giga. They were one of the things that the company had communicated to one of the reviewers, I believe, was about the paint and that it hadn't been baked yet. Now, I'm not sure if they meant they didn't get baked before they painted it, or that just somehow you're not like you. Justin, do you know about this? Bobby, do you about baking paint into plastic?
I would assume that it's probably they probably do put it to a low heat to kind of change the I guess how fragile the layer is.
How it bonds.
Yeah, I mean I really can't say anything for sure because.
Well, yeah, can't you take a hairdryer to you take a hairdryer to your plastic and melt it a little bit, but will it change color?
No. But they're saying I think what Justin's saying is that by putting it in low heat, you're changing how the plastic absorbs the paint.
Yeah, like
okay.
You make. I think if I had to guess how it worked, I'd say that by heating up the plastic, and then allowing the paint to cool that way and dry on it, you've allowed that paint to more, I guess, adhesively bond with plastic.
That would make sense.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on paint by any means. But I mean, think about when they work on your car. They actually, if you take it to a good place to actually get the best paint job out of it, they do bake your car actually to get that paint to cure. So I suspect it's the same thing.
Well, if you look at I mean, Matt might know what I'm talking about, but I always point this out on Marvel Legends and Marvel Legend reviews. It's like sometimes there's like these little splotches of glossiness.
Mm-hmm. Right, I remember seeing that.
And I think that I think that they might be doing something like that, heating up the plastic when the paint is put on, and then they put it in the fucking tray too soon.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
just smears it and stuff.
It seems like the plastic tray against that part of it while the paint isn't fully, dry, is
weird.
It's fucking with the finish of it.
Yeah, they gotta get that shit out.
Or maybe it's not even sitting in the plastic tray. Maybe just sitting up against another figure on a table somewhere or wherever.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what?
Or maybe the kid was playing with it.
Would you say?
Do you think do you think that's? They didn't do a transistor. They just didn't. I mean, is it?
I don't know. I think that's a chrome thing. I think it's the metallic and the flex and the shit. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah,
they tried some shit out.
The chrome, the silver paint underneath seems to be pretty well bonded. It's the top layer that ends up getting scratched off, from what I've seen.
Yeah, especially when you transform a little chip over here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby, does yours have that problem where anything that did have the metallic red now only has regular red, or is it that you see the silver?
No, it's the silver underneath.
So the silver paint is actually properly baked on. It's the red that, it's the surface layer that easily scratches off. So.
And it just
really...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
It really sucks, because I want to, transform it a lot. But then I don't want to because... you're going to come out with a lot of chipping and stuff. So.
Yeah, that does suck. But I was going to say, along the same lines, it does seem like they knew it was going to fucking happen because it seems to only chip in places that are hidden.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they just won't notice it. Yeah.
As I was transforming it, I remember I was like, oh shit. But then I got it to its finished spot and I was like, oh, but you can't really even see it.
Okay. KFC, what the fuck you expect?
Yeah, I mean, it's leaps and bounds for them, though. My biggest complaint with that figure is when I see that other people have had it where it pops off that ball hinge or that hinge swivel, and then the head is like a fucking bobblehead unit.
Oh yeah, Lucy head.
Yeah, my head's all fucked up.
Oh, and you know what else bothers me?
Sancho Barnes.
You nuts? You nuts?
Hey, catching on. Hey, he's good one.
Got him. God,
He's not.
that is the best. Like they've like spliced that video with like Taylor Swift songs and all this shit. Oh, it's so funny. Let me see
Is
if
that
I
the show
can.
title?
Let me see if I got him. Should be the show title. Let me see if I can't find the this one in particular. I
Got
don't
him.
know.
What did he get?
I don't know if nobody's ever seen it, but it's so fucking fun. Alright,
Ah, dang. That was some nut hair right there.
Yep.
What happened?
Robert, are you on your phone?
Yes, I am. Maybe my my mic rubbed up against my zipper.
Robert, get your
That doesn't sound right.
I
I have a sweater on.
don't know if I'm gonna be able to
Why you got a sweater on? It's fucking hot.
up or not. But here's one with the the Taylor Swift song. Hold up. Here we go. And then we'll do shout outs and get out of here.
All these nuts.
That's great.
Oh God. Okay. Shout outs. Shout out first and foremost, shout out to Oscar who couldn't make it tonight. He will be back.
Buddy.
Shout out to Third Party Unlimited, our boy Antoine over there. That's his group. Looked him up on Facebook. Shout out to Greg's G Toy Biz. You know, he does the plushies over there. They're pretty cool. Check them out. If you just search K and then AND G Toy Biz BIZ, you should be able to find them. Shout out to my boy.
Hard.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Mike. I haven't got a chance to touch base with him this week, but we do have something planned with him at Real Robot. Also www.plastiquefreak.com, and of course at Fear Corpse, who has taken care of us on Twitter from pretty much day one. WKToys.com and IamRatchet.com, as well as Third Party Crashers and Yule the Black Rainbow and TF Prototype. What's funny is Yule said he was actually self-conscious about it after I made the joke, and the joke was purely made out of fucking envy. Like I was like, the moment I saw it, I was like, God damn, that hairline is powerful.
No, it's great. The great thing was when he said, "Well, I used to shave my head for a lot of years because the girls used to tell me they like like a guy with no hair," and you were like, "They didn't mean on your head, dude."
It's funny. I was talking to like where I work. There's this one old guy, like in his 50s, and he was like, he just came. It was fucking Easter, and he just came out with, "I shaved my balls, fellas." Like what? He was like
straight up.
He's like, I just want it out in the open. He's like, I am extraordinarily hairy. My wife says she won't play with them if they're not shaved, so I want my balls played with, so I shave them.
That's
the best conversation ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Awesome.
Dude, you hid 2 Easter eggs in your pocket. No, I shaved my balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Fellas,
Yeah, he just needed to get that shit out in the open. He didn't want any secrets between us.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
This is airing on Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. It's Majid's birthday. Happy birthday, Majid.
Yeah, Majid. I love me some Majid.
Man.
He also, just real quick, the guy that shaved his balls, like when he said it, I couldn't help but look at his hair, like his shirt collar line, and like he did have like a phenomenal amount of hair like popping up out of the shirt collar. So I was like, damn, it probably is a jungle down there. Like no wonder she wants to shave his nuts.
But then what do you look like? You look like that evil guy from DC, the ape. Who's the ape guy?
Legrad.
Right, but with 2 like white eggs. Hanging down between the legs.
Shout out to TF Prototype. It's a good place to go on Facebook to catch all the Skullface and T2RX6 reviews, as a matter of fact.
I've heard of that place.
And shout out to Dezefticon, Lenny. He's a good dude. He's a funny dude, and I'm hoping he can make his way over to the States this year at some point. He can find room and board around my neighborhood if need be. I'll just tell my wife, I'll be like, look, he came from fucking Australia. He didn't have a place to go. What are you gonna do? You gonna turn him away?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
She'll get with the program.
Fucking Northerners.
Because she knows nothing.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What can you do, guys? What can you do? Third party addicts, and that should do us for shout outs. So be sure, shout out to all these guys, but most importantly, be sure to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and everywhere where we try to have some sort of a presence, and we're pretty good about getting back to everybody. So make sure to follow us in all those venues, and of course, leave a safe 5-star review on or whatever you think is appropriate on iTunes. There's no contest anymore, so now's the time to 1-star us if you want to.
You could have
what else
started
they
us
should
then.
follow?
Yeah. What do you say?
Bobby, what else they should follow?
What's that? These nuts. Got him. And yeah, so feel free to follow us on all those avenues and interact.
And hail Hasbro.
And
We're
hail
done.
Hasbro.
We're done.
Be sure to what does it say? Be good to yourselves and each other, and for the sake of Primus, collect responsibly.
Shut the fuck up, Chip. I think I'm supposed to do that. I don't know.